So, you guys, I got a haircut. Yeah, no more side hair. Well, I mean, I guess I can still put it to the side, but yeah, I honestly don't mind it at all. I actually really like it. And the steroid injections that I had gotten in my head, my hair is already starting to grow back. I can feel it already starting to grow back. I'm not for sure, but I think that I finally found out what is wrong with me. I have okay, so this is my theory. I was looking things up on why you can lose hair and stuff, and like, I was looking and I found something and it's called trichotillomania. Now, if you guys don't know what trichotillomania is, it's basically where it's a disorder. It's similar to OCD, but it's way worse. If you guys don't know what OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. If you don't know what that means, it's basically where it's a disorder where you're compulsive. It's basically what it sounds like. It's obsessive compulsive disorder. But with trichotillomania, it's a bad hair disorder. It's where you pull your hair out either knowingly or unknowingly. Like, if you're bored, or it's a way to like relieve stress. It's like a way of self-harm, but not cutting. But some people do it because they like the feeling of their hair being pulled out, because it's like such a satisfying feeling to like get the root of your hair out of your head. And you're basically pulling your hair out, and what you're doing is you're addicted to it. It's like you're addicted to a drug, except you're addicted to pulling your hair out. Now, there are many different reasons for it, but I think that I have it because, a way to know if you have it is, see, the thing with this is since it's a disorder, you can't help it. It happens. It's a habit that is developed over time, and depending on how long you've had it, it can either be treated or it can't be. You may have to live the rest of your life with it. And, you guys don't know this about me, but some people do know this about me. When I was a kid, I used to always pick my clothes. Like, pick for hours and hours, searching for hairs, whether it was small or large hairs, to pull out of my shirt or my pants or my pajamas. Whenever I felt a hair or an itch somewhere, I would just start looking and searching for a hair to pull out. Now, that is where I found out that I had OCD. I had an obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, there are many different kinds of forms of OCD, but I know it sounds weird, but I've always done it since I was a child. I used to always go into my clothes and I'd pick hair out of it, and I'd be doing it for hours and hours on end. Then, when I got a little bit older, I stopped. I still actually do it to this day. I still pick hair out of my clothes, and it's something that I can't control, because my brain is like determined to do it. Even when I tell myself to stop, or someone tells me stop, I can't stop. My brain forces me to do it. Because it's like an addiction. Once you do it once and you get a good feeling out of it, you want to do it over and over and over again until you can't stop. And I started doing it at a really young age. I was like 7 when I started to do it. And I'm 14, almost 15 now, so that's a really long time. I might have been doing it even younger than that. But then when I got into my teenage years and I started to develop growing leg hair, I would take tweezers and I would pull out my leg hair because I liked the feeling of leg hair out of my body. So basically what trichotillomania is, it's you like pulling hair out of your body, whether it's your hair, your body hair, your eyelashes, your eyebrows. There are many different forms and ways that you can pull out hair from your body. And I liked doing it to my arms and my legs because I didn't like the feeling of body hair. Especially when I didn't shave for a while and then the leg hair would start to grow. I would tweeze them out with tweezers. And I would do it for hours and hours on end. And it was just so satisfying to me. And I liked the feeling of it. And I still sometimes do it to this day, but I think what I started to do was because I can never keep my hand out of my head of hair. Basically, how do I explain this? Trichotillomania, you develop it over time, whether if you're stressed or if you're bored or if you're anxious. It's like a form of relief, and at the same time it's like a way of self-harm, except you're not harming yourself, but at the same time you are, because that's your body hair. And by pulling that out from the root, you can do serious damage to either your scalp or your body. It's not a good thing. And the thing is that when I was put on an OCD medicine a long time ago, I went completely berserk. I became an insomniac. And if you don't know what insomnia is, it's where you can't sleep. It's basically like you're a night owl and you can't sleep a wink at all. You just stay awake all night. You're an insomniac. You can't sleep. And you're just completely out of it all the time and you can't focus. And you start to become crazy. Well, not necessarily crazy, but I started to become really not mental, but I started to act really crazy. I would be also super, super hyper, and I couldn't control myself. I was completely out of control. I had no control whatsoever over my body, and I couldn't sleep. So they took me off that OCD medication, and because they did that, because they did that, I continued doing it, and I couldn't stop. So if I do have trichotillomania, that would make sense, because I used to do it all the time as a kid, except to different parts of my body, like leg hair, or picking hair off my body, because that's how it starts out. You start to like the feeling of it being pulled out, and I don't know. That's the only explanation that I can think of. That would be why this is happening. But I personally do like my haircut. I actually like it better than my long hair. But I still miss my long hair, but at the same time it was all dead hair. So this should be a lot healthier now. But I'm just saying, that's what I think. I don't know for sure. But I just wanted to inform you guys of what I found out.